how did you change your lifestyle after? Because you mentioned you participated in fast eating competitions, right? But now you're ultra racing, so I'm sure there was a drastic change in your own lifestyle.
Well, less than you might think, because when you're ultra racing, you eat a lot, actually, right? So like at this race where I was in August, I was eating 9,000 calories a day.
Oh,
right?
wow.
So that's like, it's actually, when you think about it, it's actually hard to eat that much, even if you are feeling like just pigging out like crazy, right? I mean, a typical heavy dinner at a restaurant is maybe 2,500 calories, which is more than really one should be eating for one single meal. But that's only barely more than a quarter of what I needed to eat each day. So I needed to basically eat a full-fat, 4-course restaurant-level amount of food, right, to make up the amount of food I needed. And I couldn't actually quite do it. So I was burning over 9,000 calories a day. But in the end, I think on average at that race, I managed to only squeeze in maybe like 6,000 or something like this. So I ended up losing weight, but mostly fat though, right? And so I ended up losing actually a pound of fat per day, and this was a 10-day long race, so I lost 10 pounds. Actually, I lost 13 pounds, so even a little bit more than a pound, which is quite a, I mean, I don't weigh that much to begin with, right? I'm like 145 pounds. And so if you're losing 13 pounds, you're going from 145 to 132, it's like, whoa. My doctor certainly wouldn't recommend it. I'm sure if she knew about it, she doesn't. Well, maybe if she watches this vlog, but it's too late, sorry. So I mean, it's almost actually impossible at these competitions to eat the full amount of calories. But still, 6,000 calories is like 3 full restaurant meals a day almost. So I was really picking out. So in that sense, I'm still doing the all you can eat. I just combine it with all you can exercise at the same time.
So what does your lifestyle look like today?
Well, it's not so. For the most part, it's much more, sedate than that. Right? I mean, this kind of race I do maybe once every few years or so. It's expensive, and you have to get crews together, and there's all kinds of logistics involved. And so, my lifestyle is, in that sense, much more boring. Of get up, eat small granola breakfast, go to work, talk to graduate students, do research-related work, do some exercise. I do like to do exercise at least 5 times a week or something like that. Do more of it over the summer if you're preparing for a race, less in the middle of winter when it's not as convenient and it's cold out, and all of these sorts of things. And get a reasonable amount of sleep, right? I make sure that I go to bed at a reasonable time. And I have the luxury of doing it now. So my days of coding until 4 in the morning are past, right? I mean, when it's bedtime, I just go and get some sleep. And then do something before you go to sleep that sort of allows you to wind down. So like for me, it just doesn't work to try and work until the last minute. I couldn't write computer code or do some research stuff and then suddenly go to sleep 10 minutes later in bed. Right? I need to kind of wind down. And so I have hobbies that help do that relaxation. Like you could read a book at a minimum, right? Or maybe play some piano or pipe organ or something like that. Or I like model building, so I could build like a model or something like that. That's kind of like an activity. There's no stress, there's no deadline. You're just doing it for fun for yourself. There's no external expectation. So, and that certainly then helps me wind down. But yeah, it's a fairly, like the day-to-day life is pretty, and then it's punctuated by interesting things. I mean, I go to conferences and I meet new people and get to talk to sort of very interesting people. And I do these races, some of which are pretty crazy, and the majority of which are not so crazy because you can't do that stuff like all the time. So there's all kinds of interesting variations. And as a scientist, you get to travel a lot around the world. And so even though Champaign-Urbana is a very nice little town, actually it has good schools, the university is very good, so I actually love living here. But even if you want your fill of museums or interesting scenery or whatever, I fly to places anywhere, China, Middle East, Europe, Australia, you name it. I mean, I've been to all these places. And so then you get to see the world as a scientist. That's actually one of the nice perks, is you get to travel, and there's lots of international meetings. And so scientists do like to exchange ideas and go to meetings. And so you actually get to see a lot of the world and have lots of interesting experiences. And that then makes it pretty easy for me to live a pretty sedate routine on the day-to-day basis, where I teach my class and talk to my grad students and do those sort of things. So that might not work for some people, right? Some people maybe are even more thrill seekers, that they need something like different every day. But I'm actually perfectly happy doing very similar things most of the week. But then once in a while, every week or so, or every other week, I travel somewhere or do something that's really new and different. And that's kind of enough to give me my novelty, for the week. So.